Hi, this is Mike from Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To, and today we're going to find out what happened when these three all had a baby. Keep watching to find out more. Okay, so you've probably seen most of these on the channel already. So we had the i13 TWS, the i11 TWS, the i12 TWS. All of them got great features and individual plus points and bad points. But what would happen if all three of them got together, had a baby? What would they call it? i13? No, they'd come up with something much more imaginative than that. They would probably come up with something like the LK-TE8. And this is what has become from another company that doesn't do the i models. Now, previously in another video, I've actually referred to this as the i13. Now, they are actually not related at all to this particular product group. They are a standalone company in their own right, but effectively, this does become the i13 Plus, in my mind anyway. So let's take them out of the box and see what we actually get and go through some of the features and specifications. Okay, so here we have the LK-TE8. These are another AirPod clone. Now, I'm sorry if you're getting sick of these on the channel, but there's a lot of them on the market. They keep on coming out. They keep on getting better. So I've got to have a look at them. I've got to see what's the best, see what is the best value of money for all you viewers. So let's take a look at the box. So the box is pretty much the usual deal. And you've got the LK-TE8 logo embossed on two of the sides. On the back, you've got the picture, very much like the iPod box. So you've got what's come in there, LK-TE8 with charging case and some other stuff. Made in China, obviously. That's pretty much it. So the box itself, it does look the normal deal. So let's take it out and see what it's actually like inside. So inside the packaging itself, we get the AirPods. So as you can see already, these ones have got the button on the front. So this is to start and stop the charging. So you press the button, the blue light will come on. This means that the device is charging. Press the button again. This stops it charging. Pretty straightforward. So let's see what else we get actually inside the box. You get some pretty thick foam, which is unusual. You get a USB to micro USB connection. And you get a nice little warranty guide. And the hint there that this can be used on a wireless charging point. So let's take a look at the box. So the box itself, as you can see, is pretty much your usual deal. The kind of high quality plastic case, rounded edges on all four of the corners, so nice and easy to store in your pocket. On the bottom, you've got a micro USB connection, which is a welcome sight for all you Android users out there like myself. Nice to see. So on the front, you've got the charging button, like I said. You've got the hinged box with a nice magnetic clasp, which feels really good. Nice quality clasp. You've got the metal bar on the back, which is pretty much the usual deal, and no other buttons on the back. So let's have a look at the AirPods themselves. Now the AirPods themselves are actually very similar again to most of the other AirPods in the market, where obviously they're designed to look like AirPods. That is the whole point of this whole process. So they do look almost identical. Now there's a few little things which are slightly different. They are a little bit fatter, so although these will fit in the charging boxes for the AirPod 2, they're not compatible, so don't try charging them in another AirPods box. Not a great idea. Stick them in the box they come with. So as you can see at the moment, they've got the blue flashing light. That means it's trying to pair with a device. Now the blue flashing light will keep on going, and also the red light will come on when it goes into pairing mode until they are successfully connected. Once they're successfully connected, the lights will go off and there will be no lights, no flashing light actually on your AirPod. So let's take a slightly closer look. So on the side, you've got the small little pinhole for your microphone, and that is on both of the pods. So in this, you get stereo in the microphone, you get stereo in the earpiece. So when you're making a telephone call, something like that, then it comes through on both channels as it should do, which is great. The touch sensitive areas on the top, both the same. Both of them touch sensitive, both of them have controls. So Single tap would be to play or pause, so just a quick tap. That will play or pause your track. If you've got something stored, maybe you're already listening to something, so you can resume in that way. Same deal to answer a telephone call. So a telephone call comes in, tap the AirPod either side, it will answer the call, press it again, it will reject the call. All well and good. If you want to adjust the volume, you can do on these, just double tap the left to put the volume down, double tap the right to turn the volume up. Same for tracks, triple tap to go backwards a track on the left, triple tap on the right to go forward a track. Pretty simple. Press and hold the button on either side, press and hold the touch sensor on either side, and that will bring up your Siri or your Google Assistant or whatever assistant you've got programmed into your device. So looking at the charging prongs, again, very similar deal, although these ones actually have got, I'm not sure if I can get a good picture here. You can see there's two copper prongs surrounded by a metal base, so which is slightly better than the other versions, which only had kind of like two semicircles to connect with. So these should actually connect very easily and very nicely into the base of the charging box, which we'll take a look at now. So this is the charging box. Like I said before, nothing particularly groundbreaking here, all pretty much the usual stuff. Again, press the button to turn the charger on, press it to turn it off. Now looking inside, you've got two metal prongs at the bottom, which you probably can't quite make out, but these two metal prongs are what make contact. So the outside ring, the metallic ring on the outside, isn't for charging, just those two prongs. Those are what make contact, so you want to keep them nice and clean. And actually, when you put them in, they kind of do get sucked down magnetically into the device, and when you press the charging button, you can tell they're making a contact because you get both of them have got a bright red LED showing you that they're both charging. So if I take this one out, you'll see the red LED is gone off and the device is turned on. Put them back in and they start charging again. So the charging mechanism on these is manual. You do have full control of the charging. So if you just put them back in and you don't want to fully charge them, you can just press the button, turn it on, turn it off, depending on what you want to do. Now also what you can do with this, another feature which they've added in, along with the things like the enhanced bass, the audio quality, the kind of auto power on when you take them out, all that kind of stuff, the automatic pairing. Both of these have got their own Bluetooth chip, so each one can be used on its own if you want to, but you do have to go into the device, remove the AirPods as a pair, the LK-TE8s, and then you can individually pair them, but you do have to disconnect the pair first to connect a single one. So although it does say in the instructions they can be used on their own, it's not really the straightforward thing to do. You're better off using both together. It's much, much simpler. And then you get your binaural calls, you get your stereo sound, all that kind of stuff. And also if you're just using one AirPod, it's kind of difficult to do things like turn the volume up or down because you've only got the one AirPod. So these have actually got a newer, slightly better rating for IPX. So these are IPX6 waterproof rating, so that's kind of sweat proof and splash proof. Not fully submersible, but certainly a step up from the previous IPX4 rating on some of these. But one of the great features we have now got is wireless charging, which if I grab my wireless charging pad, so there is my wireless charging pad. Now, if we put the device into charging mode normally, you'd get a blue light on the front. So if you turn that off, if you put it onto charge, we get a red light. So you know if the pod is charging or whether the box is charging. So when we've got a red light on the front of the box, that means that the box is charging itself. When we get a blue light, it means that the pods are charging themselves. So there's no issues, no problems. You know exactly what is charging and when it's charging. And again, if you put them in charge, if you put it on the charging pad, it will stop charging the pods and it will just charge the box. Nice and straightforward. Okay, so sound quality is going to be a difficult one to do on these because obviously you're watching this on a YouTube video. You've got compression in that. You've also got the fact that it depends on my microphone, your speakers and all that kind of stuff. So from a subjective point of view, I would say these sound very similar to the i13 TWS. They're not as tinny as the i11 TWS, and they're slightly more bassy than i12 TWS. So they are a kind of an upgrade from the 12s, but a slight downgrade from the 10s. But certainly the extra features you get in this make up for it by quite a distance, in my opinion. The wireless charging, the micro USB, the simplified charging, the stereo calls, and the Bluetooth is brilliant on this. Don't get me wrong, the Bluetooth on the others is good, but the Bluetooth in these LK-TE8s is fantastic. I can put these on in the studio down here when we're filming, and I can go and walk off, go to the bathroom, and I can still hear the music playing. Fantastic. Whereas with the i10s, they did have a massive problem with the Bluetooth. The range wasn't great, and sometimes even just shaking your head from side to side, you would lose connection. But the Bluetooth radio in these is much better. So let's go through the specifications. So Bluetooth distance, 10 meters or 32 foot. Playing time is approximately 2 to 3 hours, depending on your volume levels, etc. Talk time, about the same, 2 to 3 hours. Charging time, so the charging time for these pods is about an hour from completely flat. Standby time is about 20 hours. So if you're leaving them in standby mode and you're not using them, you've got about 20 hours until they are going to need recharging. The case itself, now this box, once you've charged it up fully, this can recharge the earpieces up to 4 times. So that's an improvement over the probably 2 to 3 times of the previous models. Bluetooth is version 5.0, and it will pair with all Bluetooth enabled phones and other Bluetooth devices such as tablets, all those kinds of things. Both earpieces can obviously be used, like we said, individually, but that is a pain. Ideally you want to use them together, but the option is there if you want to save battery, if you've got a long day or whatever. No flashing lights on these when the devices are connected. Like I said before, when you take them out, first of all, you do get those flashing LEDs, but once they are connected, the lights will go out. So to me, the LK-TE8, although not an official iDevice or iTWS version like i10, i11, i12, etc., in my mind, these are the new king of the crop. I think these are brilliant. I genuinely do. I've got a lot of different AirPods that are here that I've used and I've tried, and at the moment still, I did a review of all of them recently, comparing them, and these definitely do come out on the top. So I thought I would just do a standalone video so you can see all the features and see what they look like up close and get my opinion on them. Also, I'm going to give you a chance to win them. So if you want this actual set of LK-TE8 AirPods, all you need to do, subscribe to the channel, put a comment in the comment section below saying that you want to win them and where you're from, and after the video gets 500 likes, I'm going to go through, pick a comment at random, and you could possibly be winning these LK-TE8 AirPods to use for your very self. So I've been Mike, this has been Mike's Unboxing Reviews and How To. This has been the awesome LK-TE8. Like I said, if you want to win them, put a comment in the section below, subscribe to the channel, or alternatively, if you want to get them straight away, there'll be some links underneath so you can check them out for yourself right now. Good luck, hope to see you all soon.